Get over here!
Hi guys, it's MS Malik 681 here with a video on how to compile the Android build for Windows 7. Now this version of Windows I've only just installed. I've got Google Chrome installed on WinRAR, and this is a 32-bit operating system, so some people might have the 64-bit version. This guide will actually be for a 32-bit version because I'm running a 32-bit version of Windows 7 because that's all I had. So let's just quickly get started. So first I want to load up Chrono Crash and find my tutorial that I made. So just search for Chrono Crash, get to the forum, turn out the lights. Didn't even work. Right. Engine and compile Android build. So if you go to the first page, just got the instructions on how to set it up. Now I do have to apologise because I've done this the wrong way around. I've told you to do the setup app before setting up the Java JDK. The JDK is the first thing you need to install. So on well, my links here are just wrong. I'll fix those. So the JDK you need to download is JDK 8 if you're on 32-bit operating system. Otherwise, you can get the more up-to-date JDK for a 64-bit operating system. So Java, or download Java JDK 8. We should be able to go to Oracle's direct website for this as we're running Windows. Accept cookies. I like cookies. So we want the x86 version, which is 32-bit. So let's download this. Agree to the terms and conditions. Now you have to have an Oracle account. If you haven't made one, make one. I already have one, so I can sign in and download right now. So let's just sign into my account. Gmail.com. What's my password? Okay, should be fine. And yes, we're downloading the JDK. Let that download and we'll go back to the tutorial now. There's something I need to touch on and apologize for. So the command line tools for the Android SDK command line tools only package. So if we go to this Android SDK, so just search for Android SDK, you'll find the SDK Studio download. It's always at the bottom of this page, you'll find the tools. So if I go to the bottom of the page, if it ever loads, command line tools only. So this is really not what we want because we're on a 32-bit operating system. Obviously for 64-bit operating systems, this is the exact download you want. Command line tools only, everything's fine, just download that. Unfortunately, there is a minimum requirement of being a 64-bit system for a command line interface that literally just does downloads. It's just crazy, but yeah, you can't use this if you've got a 32-bit operating system like what I'm working off now. So what you need to do is find an older version of it by typing in download. Can't spell. Download Android SDK command line tools. So if we search on here, if I remember properly, it definitely had Android in the name. See if we can find them. Oh, I can't even see it here. Well, you'll recognize it because it's like version 4 something. Lots of numbers, but it starts with version 4. Right, let's try page 2, see if we can find it. Page 2. Okay. Team Android. That sounds familiar. Okay, let's try Team Android. I think they're the ones. So, download Android SDK tools, command line tools, and okay, download SDK tools. Download SDK tool. Here we go. Here's the command line tools here. So SDK tools, Windows 433 3796. So this is an older version of the command line tools. for Windows. This one does not have the 64-bit restriction, thankfully, and we can use this one. So again, I do apologise to anyone who followed my guide and wasn't able to do that. Oh wow, I actually get to download. Last time I clicked on it, it hit me with so many adverts. Oh, here we go. So adverts. So click on it. Hope an advert doesn't pop up. If it does, just keep closing it and keep clicking it until it finally decides it's going to let you download. Dodgy website. I should really be finding you another link, but yeah, I'm in a bit of a rush today, sorry. So here we go, download SDK tools is staying here now, so we can download the file. Again, you might get adverts here, just close them and keep trying until eventually it gives you the actual option to download it. Here we go, it's downloading SDK tools, 149 megabytes. So the JDK is downloaded. I should have started that setup already, but yeah, let's get that setup started. I hope my download speeds are not too bad today. Next. Just do all the default options and install this JDK. Okay, the SDK tools are done. While this setup is going, I'll just show that in folder. So we want to extract this to a specific location, as I said on my guide. On my guide, I told you to extract it to the folder C drive, Android, and then SDK. So let's get that open with WinRAR first. So you've got the tools folder right there ready. Destination folder. What is that up there? I think that says next. Alright, next. Let's get to the C drive, make a new folder, call it Android. This is an issue with my Windows, don't worry about this. Go into the Android folder, make a new folder, and call it SDK. Again, got that weird issue, and in this folder is where the tools folder should be, so let's just extract that there. Let's check on this Java, it is still downloading, let that go. Okay, so I believe that's Java's finished. Is it finished? Close, yes, finished. So Java's done. Try again. Tools extracted. Right, tools is done. So we've got that. Now we need to set up the JDK stuff first. So let's do that. So there's two variables you need to make: the Java home and the path. I'm not sure if we need Java home. You know what, let's just try it without Java home and see if it works. Do a little experiment. So I don't know why I'm copying that. That's not the same Java version that I've got installed. So if I go to my computer, C drive, program files, Java, I got the 8.0 underscore 241. So it's not the JRE I want, it's the JDK. I think they both work. JDK bin. The bin folder within the JDK is the one we want to add to a path variable. So properties, advanced system settings, get rid of properties, environment variables. So there's one here called path. Click on this, edit, click end to go all the way to the end, put in a, what is that, semicolon, and then just paste in your path. We can do a little backslash at the end as well. Don't need to, but it should be fine. So I've done the JDK path variable. What else is there? Need to set up the well, these ones come after we do the setup.bat. So let's do a quick restart on this system and see if everything's running okay. So restart. Give that a few moments to restart. Get rid of these notifications from VirtualBox. Don't need those. Okay. We're back in. So now we want to test the Java, see if Java's working. So look for your command prompt and type in Java -version. It has recognized Java, so Java is there. Yeah, so Java's there. You know what? Let's just try and see if this is enough. If this hits the minimum requirements to actually set up the SDK. So let's go to Chrono Crash. Engine, compile the Android build. Just want to bookmark this. Leave it in the bookmarks bar and GitHub. OpenBOR. DC current is the one you want. Let's just get the latest version. So clone or download, zip. So let's get the source code. This source code here isn't really ready for release, so I don't recommend doing it like this, but just for test purposes we will use this one. So let's extract that. Ooh, what folders has it got in it? Let's go OpenBOR master. Let's extract that. Try again. Done. Always needs 2 tries. Okay, whatever. Engine, Android. So set up, SDK setup. Let's see if it works. Yep, it's working. So that was the minimum requirements. You just needed a path to the SDK. Click yes. Okay, now it's downloading. Again, I can't guarantee how fast my download speeds are going to be on this VirtualBox. 11 megabytes per second should be my maximum speed, or 101 megabits per second, but I don't think I'm going to hit that. And earlier on I was getting a lot of interruptions. Hopefully that doesn't happen. If I can figure it out, I might fast forward all this. If it doesn't take too long, I'll just let it go. But yeah, let's get this finished. Let me see if I can maximize this window. No, it's not going any wider than that. It's a bit strange. Okay, guess I'm stuck in this small little window. I mean, while that's downloading, just a bit of information. What I would actually recommend doing is finding the most latest release, not the alpha release or the test build, just here, 6391. Is it 6391? Okay, apparently so. Yeah, there was a build after this which I removed because it had some really heavy bug with spawn bind. But yeah, 6391. If you download the source code for that right there, and then get the latest build, you can just replace the folder for the Android. So in the engine, there's an Android folder that sits on top of all the source code. Just delete that on the older version and replace it with the Android folder from the newer version. If it complains about video.c in SDL, I think you've got a video.c file, you might have to replace this with the newer one because it's got a certain path. Edit. That looks disgusting, doesn't it? Let's open with. Open. No. I think you've got to hold shift and right click and then you've got open with option. No, it's not coming up there. Well, I'm not seeing it. So yeah, to fix that issue where it looks all terrible like that, you have to find the program WordPad. Most Windows have WordPad on them. There it is, WordPad. If you open it in WordPad, it will come out looking right, and you can save it, and it ready. Okay, I don't know what that was. File, open, downloads, and downloads, OpenBOR, engine, STL, all files, video C, open, save changes to document, don't save. Okay, this looks a lot nicer now. If I save this, it will look a lot nicer when I open it with Notepad. If you prefer using Notepad, I mean, you can just use that other one. So here, there's a line that needs to be updated. You tell you, I don't actually know it off the top of my head, but basically when Hackspor moved us to the here it is, include Android app JNI OpenBOR video C. This line needs to be in there. If you're using the old video C, you might just have to copy and paste this line there. When we moved from the old version of compiling on Android to the new Gradle version, thanks to Hackspor, this line was needed to have a proper link on the video C. So, I mean, if you want to patch it, that's an easy way to do it. How are we doing here? 85%. The NDK is downloading. That's quite big, but it's almost finished, and that'll start extracting soon. And then that'll be the complete setup, and basically we can compile. It's not going to be long now. I mean, I might leave this little download bit in there because I explained how to patch older versions. This tutorial just needs to be updated with the order, so the JDK does need to be done first. I think Android Home still needs to be declared. We'll try compiling without that, see if it works. But we definitely need the Android SDK tools bin. So I mean, if we've got these path variables, I don't think we need the Android Home or the Java Home. We'll give it a try. We'll see how it goes. Make things simpler. Nothing wrong with that. Just waiting for this to finish. Tell the truth, don't need to wait for this to finish because it will be the same path. Advanced. Close that. Environment variables. Path. Where are you? Path. Edit. So. Copy that. Go to the end, make the semicolon, paste it in there, do a backslash, another semicolon. Let's get the next one in there, which is this one. To make sure not to copy over those quotes. Paste that, backslash, semicolon. Next. Paste that. Backslash. We're not adding any more, so we don't need another semicolon at the end. Don't think it'll hurt to put it there, but who cares? So all the path for the NDK and the SDK have been updated now. So once this all finishes downloading, really we should be able to just go straight in and compile the Android build. The Android build does have to also download a few bits, and then that'll be ready. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'll definitely try to figure out how to fast forward the video for this unzipping part. Skip right to 100%. So again, I have to apologise to anyone who tried to follow my tutorial and was pulling their hair out or just getting upset in general. My tutorial should work on a 64-bit system, but again, like I mentioned, the JDK does need to be downloaded before you run setup.bat. So I will update that as soon as I get the chance. Maybe just same time as I'm uploading this video. Maybe I'll just amend that. And this video will be on the main how to compile the Android build post I've made here. I'm not going to go into the key store files and stuff like that. I mean, that's all noted down there very well. Plus you can do trial and error on that, figure that one out. But yeah, making a custom APK, again, it's all pretty straightforward stuff. You just got to modify the correct system files. 90% unzipping, so it's actually extracting the NDK, and then we'll be ready to go and compile the Android build, hopefully without no issues. Come on. We'll leave the system variables in case something goes wrong. Normally you should restart. I'm not going to restart. I'm just going to type in, I've already checked Java version, that works, NDK build I will test before I actually try to compile the Android build. So once this all finishes, I'll do that from the command prompt and see if it's giving me a recognized command. 91%. Way, finally. Okay, NDK build, let's go. NDK build. NDK build is not recognized internal. We're going to have to restart Windows. Okay, let's give Windows a quick restart and we should be good to go. Well, I'm glad I did this video. It's educational for myself as well as everyone else who's watching, and it makes that tutorial just a bit clearer, more accurate for Windows users anyway. So anyone using Mac or Linux, I do apologize. Again, we're going to check the NDK build command. NDK-build. Didn't spell that right. Android NDK could not find application project. Oh wait, that means it works. So let's get to our downloads directory, which is somewhere. Users, administrator, downloads. Yeah. Engine, Android, build.bat. Did I not double click that fast enough? Open. Everything's okay. I like it when it says stuff like that. Okay, Gradle is downloading some bits and bobs to get itself started. We got to wait for that, unfortunately. But you know, it's off to a good start. I don't think there's going to be any issues compiling the Android build. While that's all going on, if someone did want to make a custom build, let's say for offline purposes, so if you want to distribute your game or mod that you made offline, so not for resale or anything because you're using assets that are not yours, so build.gradle to open this, let's use WordPad. Actually, I think it should be okay. Let's try it in open. Select program. Open it with WordPad. Just this once. So build.gradle. Yeah. So if you want to change this bit here, this just has to be something unique. Normally I'd advise doing the name of I think your name and then the name of your game. So no one else with your name should also have the same name of the game. So when this installs on Android, it will always be different. And if you increment this version number each time, I think I've already made it so it checks the version number. If it's a more higher version, it will install the newer version. So if you did version 2 or version 3 or version 1.5, yeah, it should increase. And here you can actually set the name of the app as it displays on Android. Again, all this stuff is pretty straightforward as well. It shouldn't be a problem. At the moment we're restricted to 32-bit, but it's not a problem. You can actually upload to the App Store, but you've got to learn or check platform 16. This should be 14. I'll get to that some other time. Okay, let's see how we're getting on with this. Oh dear. Oh dear. Why did you fail? What's wrong? A problem with code configure project app. Android home environment variable. Okay, we do need the Android home pointing to where the SDK is. So let's go back to my tutorial and get that added in there. Just trying to be lazy and not put that in there, but it is a mandatory requirement. So Java home maybe is optional, but Android home does need to be there. So let's get Android home set up. So what we do is just again right click on my computer, properties, advanced system settings, environment variables. Up here we want to do the new one for Android home. Paste that in, and also you can just copy my if you've got it set up the same, obviously, because that's where my SDK is. So boom, all good. Let's try it again. Hopefully, cancel that. Hopefully I don't need to restart the whole system just to fix that. So let's go back to Android, build.bat. It won't have to download that version of Gradle again, it's already got it. So it should just go straight to compiling. Build successful. Come on. Doesn't look like there's any issue so far. It's complaining about something, but it hasn't stopped the build process. It's still building. And these right here are the OpenBOR source files: control, joysticks, STL ports, timer, video C. These are all the STL versions getting made for the 32-bit Android platform. So it looks like this APK is still going to be made. OpenBOR C is a big file, so it does take a bit of time to load that one. Okay, it's moving on now. OpenBOR script isn't that small either, but it's gone through that, and the last of these files should go through quickly. I've compiled this build hundreds and hundreds of times, so the last one will be nest egg, whatever that is. Come on. Can't believe how slow it is. Almost there. Probably running slow because I'm in a virtual machine. Finally, we're at the end. Three minutes. Wow. Took quite a bit of time to compile. But yeah, build successful. So let's check if the APK is there. So under app, build, outputs, APK, debug. It's right there. OpenBOR APK 2.36 megabytes. All ready to be copied over to your Android device and tested. And just remember, on newer Android devices, it will give you a warning saying this was not downloaded from the App Store. Do you want to install anyway? If you don't say yes to that, you will not be able to install this APK again. Not sure if it will even work if you recompile it. It should do, but it will kind of block that APK from that point onwards, as long as it's on your device, unless you recompile a new one. So I hope this tutorial's been helpful and help someone get their Windows 7 Android building up and running. Any questions or issues, the Chrono Crash forum is there to support you. Plus, you can just make comments in my on this YouTube video, and I'll do my best to support and help you. But thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day.